how to teach this better. How to teach root to rise. You know, the concept of grounding to expand more.
老师说，即便是在过去的4个月，他学到新的如何教从向下扎根而得到向上延伸的这个观念。
With Jack, I can show you 3 ways it shows up, and you're so sharp, you'll pick this up, and it'll make your pose more, your practice more fun. So just come into Uttanasana, Jack.
3种方法。
So right here, she's in Uttanasana. She's doing it really well, right? She's really well aligned. Biomechanically, she looks good, she's even, and it's easy. Now watch this part. Inhale, look up. So what we want to start looking at is, are we always thinking root to rise? Or do we sometimes just think rise? What do you think, Jack? Is that just rise or was it root to rise?
我们是不是永远都想到扎根才延伸，还是我们只想到延长？
We can make it even more so. Go back down.
我们甚至于可以
Watch what leaves. I say the words root to rise. Rise meaning the head coming up, and root meaning the tailbone going down.
扎根代表尾骨向下，延长代表
So when you hear this, root to rise, watch this. Pretty good. But right there, what's happening right there? What's happening? Is the root and the rise connected? She's like, you get it, right? Yeah, it's easy to disconnect. So I'm just going to help you by making it even a little bit bigger now, because you're totally getting what I'm talking about. So bend forward, Uttanasana. So the words I'm using are the flush of the buttocks from the waist down. All this stuff goes.
这边的应该是向这个方向走的。
The tailbone is here in the middle.
尾骨在中
And all
间。
this is the flush of the buttocks. So if I put my hands on Jack, I said, this is what you have to do first. You have to
对，
actually
臀部的肉
squeeze
像这样子。
this. And when you squeeze this and root down, your belly lifts up naturally just a little bit. So when you get ready to look up. So she's already thinking, buttocks flush down more and then lengthen.
骨的肌肉往下，然后
If you take your tailbone down more and root your buttocks flush more, your ribs will naturally pick up a little higher. See the difference in
所以
this?
自然肋骨会往上提起来比较多，
Feels different, doesn't it? And then the one more thing is lengthen side body.
就侧拉长。
So lengthen side body movements. And when you do this lengthening side body, it means you're starting to want to soften your heart.
代表你的心
But then the rooting goes away. It's just an interesting feeling of awareness. This is Sat Chitananda, consciousness and bliss. The tailbone is what brings the ribs back. So for all of you that have been told by your teachers, bring your ribs back many times, it's probably an indication that we're not really using as much of our abdominal power from the tailbone.
就如果你听到肋骨常常要向内，可能代表的是你的尾骨向内收的力量不够多。
You're going to see this in everything. And it's kind of the reason why some people can balance in the middle of the room and handstand and others have trouble with it.
为什么有些人手臂可以在教室中间平衡？
Bow again, Uttanasana. And now when she comes up, when she gets all the way to the top, the new thing is to remember that from the waist it pulls down, but the energy from the tailbone has to come back into the heart too. So rise up, root rise.
如何在向下扎根的力量能够进入心当中？
Put your whole self together, Jack. Yeah, there's a disconnection between here and here. There's a disconnection. Can you feel it? Yeah. So bring your hands down. So the reason I learned this is because I started developing a severe pain on one side of my hip. Some of you, I'm sure, have heard of this, where it's just one side of the hip hurts.
臀部的一边很多痛，往下，有人这样举手。
It's very popular. It's going around in the yoga community. One side of the hip right here gets a pain.
很流行的瑜伽社群里面很多人都有这种毛病。
So if you get this, or anybody gets it, what it is we are not rooting to rise. We're not connecting from here. So we have to do the inner spiral.
内旋。
See how this is how it is. We want the outer spiral. See my chest out here? We have to do the inner spiral, get our thighs back, then we have to take the whole flush of the buttocks down and the ribs down, and then rise up. So different. Stand up and see if you can feel that. The pain goes away. It's mostly because she does proper inner spiral. Shins forward, thighs back. Yeah, and apart. That's it. Now pull flush of the buttocks down hard. Yes. Right on. It just puts you more in your center. It's so beautiful. And then stretch up. What's happening now is she's more centered, but the shoulder loop doesn't know how to mix with the kidney loop. This is one of the biggest
肩轮跟肾轮比较没有办法连接。
I just said Uddiyana Bandha to her. Now go up. From your tailbone, girl. Ooh, from the tail, scoop your tailbone. That's better. Bring up all this energy through here. Scoop your tailbone. And then go back. Now push your hips forward. Yes. What do you think?
Go back.
Better? Really? From the side, does it look more connected?
然后插进去，插进老师的手指里。
Now lengthen side body, yeah, and bring the head of the arm bones back. Oh, good. Now turn your elbows forward and lift your heart up. Pull your buttocks flush down like we were doing. Good, Monica. Look at her. Okay, take your hands up. Good, and keep going right from here. Pull the buttocks flush down and move your hips toward me. So lift up from here. How about that for strength? And keep going, Monica. If you lift up your heart and root down, you can go quite far. So gorgeous. Really fantastic. And then come back up. Shocking. That's going to help you too. So when you plug in, what a lot of people will do is they'll take their elbows out. We're trying to move our shoulders back. Try it with me.
示范是你的上屁股向后，不是你的手肘张开向后。
Head of the arm bone into the back of the shoulder socket. Then we got to get the bottom tips of the shoulder blades to lift the heart up. And there's little muscles in here that you have to develop that actually lift that up. And your head curls back and it lifts your heart way up.